Alright, so today we're going to be working on our scribbling value scale. So scribbling can be used as a technique for creating shading and value in a drawing. And it's a buildup of marks and lines, kind of messy, to create a range of tones and value. So the first thing we're going to do is grab our sketchbook and start by taping out our next value scale. Once we're ready, we are going to put tape on the outline of our darkest value, as you can see in the video, just so we can have very nice, clean, neat lines. And we are going to grab our pen and we are going to fill in that whole square with just scribbles. So you can keep your hand very loose. We are going to keep the scribbles very close together, very tight knit, just so to create the darkest value possible. So making that square very, very dark to kind of almost match the square that we have on the top that we did for the cross hatching. And as you can see, my scribbles are mostly in circular motions and they're very loose. I really am barely looking at the paper. I just want to fill in that whole square with loose, tight knit scribbles to make it as dark as I possibly can while still be able to see the scribble lines. Once we're done, we're going to peel off the tape and we are going to start taping off the lightest square. Once we're ready to get started, I usually keep my pen, I hold it higher at the top just to be able to have very loose scribbles where we can see a lot of the paper underneath. And these scribbles are going to look very loose, very light, and we are going to be able to see a lot more of the paper underneath what we've just created compared to the one we created before. Once we're done, we're going to tape down our center square, and we are going to create scribbles, still holding the pen kind of a little bit higher at the top, so not how you would usually hold it, but scribbles that are a little bit tighter knit than the ones we just created. So closer together, it's going to look darker than the one we just created, and we are going to be able to see a lot more of those scribbles. So see where we went in circles, see how we created them. As you can see, as the scribbles are done, we are going to peel off the tape and then we are going to start taping off our medium to dark square, and we are going to get that one started. So for this one, what we are going to do is basically the same of what we just did, but tighter knit scribbles in order to create a darker shade of this black pen square. So as you can see, the scribbles in this area are going to look darker than the ones we just created, but still not completely black as the one we created before the darkest value square. So once we're done with that, we should be able to peel off the tape very easily, and we should be able to see the difference in value between those three squares now that they're very close together and we can see them without the tape covering any part of it. So our middle one is going to be lighter than the one we just created, and our darkest one is going to look almost black. So once we're done, we're going to tape off our next square, which is our medium to light, and we're still going to hold the pen very loosely and start filling in our next square with scribbles. So as you can see, the scribbles are still closer together than the lightest value, but they're going to be a lot more loose and spread apart than our medium value. Once we are done with this one, we are going to peel off the tape from both of the sides and from the top and the bottom. And we are going to be able to see very nice, neat, clean lines around our value scale. And we will be able to see also the different values in all of our 5 squares. So it's going to go from light to the darkest value. And good job, we have accomplished scribbling value scale.